Sup guys, and you're here with Force 15 Live, and we're here for live coverage on Hurricane Hermine's landfall in Florida. Also joined on Hangouts by Jesper Hammarlund.
Yep.
Hammarlund, is that? I
Yeah.
can never pronounce your last name. Also joined
Yeah.
as well by Craig Fisher as well.
What's going on?
So laddies,
Yeah. So this is
blurry camera.
a Hurricane Hermine that was upgraded. What was it? A few hours ago now to a hurricane, where the reconnaissance plane recorded 75 miles an hour, making it a Category 1 hurricane. And now that we expect it's going to make landfall in Florida, as maybe what the NHC thinks as well, is going to go up to 80 miles an hour. Anyway, it's going to make landfall in Florida, so that will make
Also-
the 11-year hurricane drought for Florida will end.
Also, just quickly saying, I'll give you guys now quickly the latest updates on Hermine and also warnings currently in effect. So this is as of 18:55 UTC on September 1st. Storm's location 28.1 degrees north, 85.4 degrees west. With winds of 75 miles per hour and a pressure of 988 millibars, movement north-northeast at 14 miles an hour. We have warnings and watches in effect. Tropical storm watch currently in effect in North Carolina, north of Surf City to Oregon Inlet. We also have tropical storm warnings in effect in Florida between Englewood to the Suwannee River and also west of Mexico Beach to Walton Bay Country Line, and also from Florida to North Carolina from Volusia Country Line to Surf City. Hurricane watch in effect in Florida from the Anclote River to the Suwannee River, west of Mexico Beach to Destin. The hurricane watch is in effect, and hurricane warnings are in effect in Florida between the Suwannee River to Mexico Beach. Which means hurricane warnings is hurricane conditions expected within 38 hours. 36 hours, sorry. I am a little bit tired because I've been up now for a good 18 hours, coming up 19. And was doing the live stream this morning on not the total solar eclipse, annular solar eclipse. And quite fitting as well. We had Gaston, an annular hurricane.
Exactly. So that's Craig screen sharing the radar, and just to the bottom there.
There's the eye.
Yeah, you can see there where his pointer is, mouse pointer, and right there is the eye. And looks like the eye wall is approaching land now, so we could be
Experiencing a landfall soon.
yeah. Those hurricane force winds should be at least close to land right now. And
Well, the first
of course,
hurricane force should be about here.
yeah, and of course this is more to the north of the ice, so the hurricane force winds could be extended more to the west or east of the storm, as it is a bit elongated to the and everything is the cloud and everything is sort of mostly to the east.
See there, the rain band's starting to really buckle up and wrap around the eye, as you can see here. This last frame, see him really bulking up and beginning to intensify around the eye wall. This will probably be its last piece of additional strengthening before landfall. But the worst part of it is that its rain bands, as I can see, on this radar anyway.
I can see there a possibility of it sort of doing a sort of Katrina, as in the sense of where it was strengthening as it was making landfall.
Well, I highly doubt it being a land strengthening whilst over the land. I don't expect that.
No, but
These are the current thunderstorm
Katrina,
warnings.
Well, no, what I'm talking about is is that I remember they're seeing. I remember they're saying just before Katrina's eye made landfall. The storm was still strengthening, and it was half over land, and then got upgraded to a Category 1 hurricane.
Mm. These
Oh
are
wow.
these are the latest warnings, special marine warnings on the on the eastern coast of Florida, and a severe thunderstorm watch. Not watch, the warning. There's been all sorts of warnings. There's been tornado warnings. There's also flash flood warnings up further north, and even for the coast, there should be flash flood warnings. Also, this looks like it's a squall line that has just formed as well within Hermine. It's about to make landfall. The storm hasn't really picked up any further speed. This is the current info from the National Hurricane Center in Miami, which I reckon would be either getting ready to batten down the hatches or just sitting comfortable for the time being. Um, current movement speed is north-northeast at 14 miles an hour. Max sustained wind speed 75 miles per hour. Central location. Now this is according to recon, so a bit unsure at this time at center point. So this is why, as you can see, recon still ongoing. This is a newer plane that's just went in.
You might want to
Seems,
refresh that.
yeah, I'll probably do that right now. See what's going on. See, now they're starting to do the turn. Noah 3's not long. Is not really long in there. So and the AF 307 plane has left, but apparently it says en route. What now?
Quickly saying as well to the guys watching, if you guys have any questions or comments, put them in the comments section to the right. If you're watching live, put them below. If you're watching after the stream, we'll catch up with those questions in the next stream if you come in after the stream has finished. And also saying hi to any viewers that are watching. Saw some comments from Youssef Friends channel. It says, hi, I live in Florida, South. So see if we get some good footage of Hermine over there. I'll just show you my screen share really quickly. You guys can see the wind shear maps. See Gaston off there towards the Azores, experiencing higher wind shear now. Wind shear in about the 30s region at the moment. And when Hermine makes landfall, we start to be being sheared quite badly when entering an environment of possibly around about 40 to 50 knots of wind shear. And then after that, after it emerges off the coast, it's got no chance of survival with the ever-increasing wind shear. There's some areas where there is up to 100 knots of wind shear off the coast of Nova Scotia and those areas around there. Would you guys now like to say anything?
Yeah, I've got another more zoomed out radar picture, if you can guys see my screen share.
Oh yeah, I've locked it to you.
Yeah. This is more zoomed out, and I don't know what you guys think, but that eye is getting more, sort of repair itself. The south side of the eye is becoming more with rain bands. So
that eye is definitely trying to organise itself a little bit more.
Yeah, I think so.
You would mind sending a link for that, would you, Jasper?
Oh, I can do that.
It's on RAM.
Yeah, it's on RAM. I'm just send it over here.
You're watching Force 15 live. The time is now 22:19 British Summer Time, 21:19 UTC. We've got continuing live coverage on Hurricane Hermine's landfall, and we anticipate the coverage possibly to end around about midnight here, just after Hermine's landfall. Once we get confirmation of landfall, we may go on for a little bit just to keep you guys updated on real time as to what the situation is. Hopefully, as well. I'm gonna say this for the guys in the area as well. Batten down the hatches if you haven't already, and don't try to evacuate now, because to be honest, now it will be too late to evacuate now if you're still in the areas about to suffer a direct hit. Just stay inside, stay safe, stay away from windows and doors. Try and find a room that's not exposed in the centre of the house, with no windows or exterior doors, um, and batten down the hatches. Make sure you have enough food and water with you to last you a couple of days, just in case it does knock out the power outage. It's only a Category 1 hurricane, so the effects from this should be minimal, though just be prepared. We cannot rule out additional strengthening before the landfall. The latest update from the National Hurricane Centre has the storm currently at 75 miles an hour, the pressure of 988 millibars. Storm's moving north-northeast at 14 miles an hour. From the latest forecast track that we have at the present time, just bringing this up now, and there's a possibility that a storm may intensify possibly to 80 miles an hour before landfall, possibly 85. They will have to wait for the next update to come through, which from the NHC, which is at 300 UTC. And there's also an update from RAM coming through, possibly at about 1 o'clock as well, 1 o'clock Zulu. We've also be continuing coverage as well, possibly tomorrow morning, if Hermine is still in the region, and hurricane warnings are still in effect. To be honest, by now I would have said that they need to extend hurricane warnings to the other side, at the other side where the storm is expected to emerge, or possibly on the coast of. I can never remember the state. I think it's Georgia. Must got up to hurricane warnings on that coast there, or at least hurricane watches in those areas. And I do believe our reconnaissance out there at the moment.
Yeah,
Yes, there is.
The NOAA P3 plane is out there. And another thing
They don't really have far to go though, do they?
No, not really.
No, it's got to be the shortest flights they've ever had in a recon.
Maybe.
A lot of their flights they've had to go out.
No, not really. I think there was in when was it? I think it was in when Hurricane Irene in 2011 made landfall, whatever that island was out to sea. I think there's a base there where they took off inside the eye. So that's the closest you can get.
Oh well, why not? Why not?
So,
Okay,
yeah.
whilst we got it up here, let's just check what the models have. Oh wait, that's great. That's the world's best model right there.
One thing worth to note as well, that the NHC does predict further strengthening to 80 miles an hour.
We're just going to check an older model run. Now we're just going to check the wide view Atlantic. Obviously, it shouldn't be really much apart from what should be what's left of Gaston, which is here, and the Azores high, and just an average high here. So these two highs could really hamper, and they also destroy. If these two do happen to be here at this present time, so if these two highs do happen to be here, so Gaston could be having some real trouble, especially with this low up here. So obviously, as this low does hamper it, dragging it up, which we all know it is. Want to really see what's going to go on with Hermine. Obviously, you can see there's landfall, goes inland, weakens as you'd expect. Dawdles along the coast there, comes back out and re-intensifies, probably is extratropical by that point, weakening again, then obviously eventually dissipating. But nothing else as far as we can see. But then again, as soon as you get past this timestamp here, this is where you really want to start taking precautions in what the model runs say, because here is God knows what they could say. They could say tropical wave or even a hurricane, and here's a low that's looking like it's going to try and develop, becomes another storm by the looks of it. and heading straight for Florida. Now, take this with a pinch of salt, man. This is way out. This is near the end of the model run. And I think this one here is another storm forming in between, well, what should be an impossible scenario, but it's possible. But very rare to occur. In between two high pressure ridges. East Pacific, see what's going to go down there. Obviously, I'm going to check not just the GFS. I'm just going to do a whole scan through what GFS says. Obviously, this is the end of the model run. 2 storms. Do really take this for extreme precaution, because at 384 hours out, it's not accurate, as we've known. There's obviously, you can see there's Hermine. See what the surface pressure is, because this isn't exactly 10-minute winded surface pressure. Just see what that is. There's the hurricane force winds. So about here, according to GFS. So this is current timestamp. Well, not there it is. 981. Now we know that's not true. So there she goes. She makes landfall. Nothing in East Pacific as of yet. Nothing. Small storm spins up, makes landfall in Mexico, comes back out. Tries to become something, fails miserably. Nothing else. Small low here, trying to spin up. But after this point, there's literally, you just don't take it for granted. Well, sort of take it for granted, especially at this timestamp. Central Pacific, I really don't expect this thing would have anything. For God's sake, now tropical tidbits, you're playing up on me. Obviously 300 hours out. I wish it would do it. I wish that the models would actually do a reset, put it down to 0 hours, and then saves you have to do all this. Okay, right. Don't panic.
Craig.
Yeah.
Just go quickly give a quick update on current situation at the moment. Looking over to the Central Pacific really quickly, there's still some, I think, warnings for Madeline have now been discontinued. Storm warnings and watches have now all been discontinued. Though with the approach of Hurricane Lester, now there is a hurricane watch in effect in Hawaii.
Good God.
Storm has now weakened from a major hurricane. Storm currently stands with winds of 100 and
10.
100. I think it's down to 105.
No.
Oh, no, it's down one. Let's go back up to 110. So storm's currently located at 18.3 degrees north, 144.2 degrees west, with winds of 110 miles an hour, pressure of 968 millibars, category 2 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. We also have tropical storm Madeline just south of Hawaii as well at the moment. Storms are currently located at 16.6 degrees north, 157.2 degrees west, winds of 45 miles per hour, the pressure of 1,004 millibars. Also invest 92C, currently located at 14.5 degrees north, 170.8 degrees west, with winds of 25 miles per hour, the pressure of 1010 millibars. Also 95W, 19.6 north, 143.2 west, east, with winds of 15 miles an hour and a pressure of 1010 millibars, and also Namthan, currently located at 25.8 degrees north, 130.6 degrees west, winds of 75 miles per hour, and a pressure of 974 millibars. Now over to the North Atlantic. Gaston, currently located at 38.0 degrees north, 39.1 degrees west, with winds of 80 miles per hour, and a pressure of 984 millibars. Thundering towards the Azores as we speak as a hurricane. Hermine also about to make landfall in Florida. Is the main focus of our live event. Storm's currently located at 28.0 degrees north, 85.4 degrees west, with winds of 75 miles per hour and a pressure of 989 millibars. And also finally Invest 90E, currently located at 11.0 degrees north, 94.0 degrees west, winds of 25 miles per hour and a pressure of 1,009 millibars.
Is that a tornado warning?
Yep, it's tornado warning. Same place again.
No, the other one was more to the east.
Nah, the first one, this is where near enough the exact same place where the first tornado warning was.
Okay.
And it looks it right there. Hang on. I'm trying to stop it. See a hook echo? Take a warning off. I'll zoom in a bit. I know this radar is really, 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 really poor in quality. Nope, wrong one. There. See a small hook echo. Try and get a base velocity on this. I'm not dropping the base here. Okay, now I'm just trying to look for green and red mixed in here. Okay, it's up here. Nope. That's never going to be a tornado. Look at that. Then again, there might be a tornado within it. Don't know. See,
Then again, a warning doesn't really mean there is one on the ground. It's just a very high risk of one occurring.
probably.
You guys are watching Force 15 live. The time is now 10:30 on the 1st of September 2016. And we're continuing our rolling coverage on Hurricane Hermine.
Yes, and obviously back to the models. This is Gaston, so don't panic. Heading towards Hawaii. Now, you may have seen it in a little preview. Now, how close do you want? Okay, this isn't exactly close, but it's close enough. It's literally skirting Hawaii. Virtually skirting it.
Yeah.
That's close.
So that would be tropical storm force winds would probably.
Well, there's Hurricane. Probably just hanging on to Hurricane. Lost it by then. Completely lost it. Completely going extratropical. And then obviously clears off to the north and you see him up there. Western Pacific. Now I want to see what's going to happen with... Where is it? Where's West Pacific? Where is it? There it is. I want to see what's happening going to happen, or could happen. Not going to happen. Could happen with 95W. Bit of an unlikely storm, to say the least, but I haven't really got to see much of it due to college purposes. I'm at college all day, so I haven't really got to see any of the storms today. I've only had quick glimpses of them, so I haven't really got enough opportunity to see them. But now there's, and do forgive me on this typhoon name. Is it Niamtho? I don't even know. But Niamtho, they're pretty significant typhoon according to GFS. No pressure, makes landfall in Japan. You see it there. There's Gaston, not Gaston. Wrong basin. Leicester. I knew that. Now, here's the thing. You've got two storms, right? Both hurricanes, and they just don't want to go down without a fight. Literally, Leicester's not going down without a fight. Gaston's put up a fight. I'm still here. So.
Do you think Gaston will still be tropical when it hits the UK?
If
you're thinking that, you're dreaming.
I don't think even it's gonna hit the UK, to be honest. I think the LFCC will die before it.
Doubtful about this. Is this where supposedly 95W is? I highly doubt it. I don't think it even has 95W developing. I'm just going to take this right back to the beginning of the loop. Or the model run. There's Niamtho. Of a strong typhoon. Doesn't even have it forming. DFS has nothing forming. Has a little depression forming in the South China Sea. Nothing much else. Let's check the ECMWF. We'll flick through there. So this is where it really starts to become different. You see a depression forming Taiwan there. Now there's Niamtho. Comes a typhoon. Now this isn't surface pressure, as you can see, 500 millibar height. So that could be a strong typhoon on the surface. Now there's Leicester, and there's, well, do you expect that to happen? I highly doubt. Then a smaller depression just forms just east of the Marianas Islands, passing over them. No harm real done. No real harm done.
I've just got to quickly go off for a moment, guys. I'll leave you, guys watching, I'll leave you in the capable hands of Craig and Jasper. So I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Well, Jasper, it shows you the Illuminati is confirmed here by CMC. No pun intended. 3 storms, highly doubt that, because it's the CMC. They seemingly predict everything to form, as we all know.
It's funny because the CMC likes to predict many tropical storms, but Category
They
5
don't
not
happen.
so much. Yeah.
No, most of the tropical storms they expect to form don't happen.
Yeah.
The ones that are already alive.
Mm-hmm.
This is mainly peak about here for this storm. It's about peak. So not really much in the way in terms of Western Pacific typhoon activity or even tropical cyclone activity. Just the odd fleeting storm, and then there's the Amthil, which is the current one that's active. Navgen being hopeful, very hopeful. Obviously, there's the Amthil heading up towards Japan, and there's another storm, another typhoon hitting Tokyo. Place your bets that that is not going to happen. Even though it could.
Yeah.
But the likelihood of the actual storm forming, if you catch my drift, if the actual storm forming, say what the main hosts of the Western Pacific say, the JMA, so if they see anything, I highly doubt it. I mean, it's very rare that they actually say something.
No, they usually don't predict anything for me.
Well, there we go. Got the Amthil, but that's about it. A small depression here, about it. And then high pressure and a low pressure field. A good, high pressure field forms. So that'll distort and prevent any tropical cyclone development. So there goes that out the window. At least people are safe for the time being. See what the Atlantic says in terms of JMA, because I know that JMA does an Atlantic. Now here is another storm by the looks of that, or it could just be Hermine. Is it Hermine? Yes, it's Hermine. A good old Hermine. Hermine, well, obviously this is 500 millibar height, so don't take this as actually ground pressure. It's not. Makes landfall. What the heck? Comes off the coast, stalls, becomes a hurricane, obviously extratropical by then, and then looks like it literally trolls, what's that bit there?
I can understand that though, because you have the high pressure over out to sea there that's blocking it.
Yeah, the Azores high, so, and then you've got 2 high pressures and a high pressure here, so these 2 high pressure would basically kill it right where it is, so it would kill it stone dead. Obviously this low pressure here forms another, obviously moving off, heading towards the UK. I don't used to go away, leave us the UK alone. Had enough of seeing rain. But then again, I'm British, Scottish, should be used to that, so I don't know why I'm complaining.
Yeah, sun in the UK, a rarity.
Nah, sun in the UK, you phone the army, literally. That's how rare it is. I'm just waiting for someone to literally phone the army or police to say there's something mysterious and yellow floating in the sky. I'm just waiting for that to happen.
No, they're not gonna say that. They're gonna be certain. It's a UFO.
Yes, shoot it down. We just destroyed our light source, and heat source, and energy source, and everything. Our life.
Or a star, for God's sake.
Oh, God. Well, we're screwed.
Anyhow.
Okay, CMC. Well, before we go on with CMC, any thoughts on it there, Jesper?
The CMC, well...
Or any of the model guns that you've seen, anyway.
I'm back, guys.
I don't actually expect anything else to form that...
You guys are watching Force 15 live. Time is now 20 to 11 British Summer Time, 20 to 10 UTC.
got some other things here right now that I'm seeing that the eye of Hermine is on radar. Some yellows are showing up more on the south eastern side. So 80 miles an hour, it's looking possible.
80 miles an hour really is starting to become possible. It's now starting to look like it's not a certainty yet. So let's keep it at that. It's not a certainty yet. Rain bands along the south eye wall have intensified. Even this radar here will certainly signify it.
There we
Rotation
go.
on this cell here, the tornado warning has intensified. So there's circulation with this. This will probably be, might be the least of your problems if you're north of Tampa. So this might be the least of your problems.
Got
Because
some
you got
breaking news actually that the plane has recorded a new pressure on the drop zone of 986 millibars.
So it's gotten stronger by 2 millibars.
By 2 millibars, yeah. And I think the plane is getting ready to do another run through the eye. I think if they're gonna circulate around for a while.
Probably do a circulation. So here's a wider view, and look at the size of the eye. Okay, this isn't really the full size of the eye, because this is just a breaking out pad. But this is basically the size of the actual hurricane. So you can imagine this is quite a big hurricane that's about to hit. So you can imagine it's a lot of rain, high winds, damaging winds at that.
Storm surge.
And storm surge as well, as we've seen, as we already know, according to sources and images as well, pictorial evidence that there is already storm surge flooding in Florida already.
Guys, I'm just going to quickly cycle through the satellite imagery.
Sure.
So here's the visible imagery, guys. You can see well on its way to landfall is shortwave infrared.
Yeah, just a disclaimer to all viewers out there. Once you start seeing infrared, just get a bucket. Just get ready to puke, because it looks terrible on it. But right enough?
This is water vapor imagery. You can see a little bit of dry air off towards the storm's west, which could be possibly impede storm development a little bit, which may be some good news for Florida, which means that a storm may not intensify as much as it potentially could.
I do see though that in the end frames there's some flare up around the center, around the eye wall. Some flares up there.
Yeah, I think the storm could be trying to shield itself from that dry air.
I think that flare up might be the 80 mile an hour mark.
But with the inflow, I think there's some dry air getting in there.
Oh yeah, of course it is. That's.
Here's the RGB imagery.
Yeah, we have visible still. That's a good thing.
Unenhanced infrared. AVN. Some signs of intensification on this imagery.
Yeah.
Here's the Dvorak.
Oh.
Yeah, you can see there it's very tight around the actual core there, so I think those.
There's some intensification going on there.
Yeah.
Definitely a Category 1 hurricane. I'm not so sure about Category 2.
No. That's
Category 2, you're literally pushing the boat.
So you might be, possibly before landfall, we may be looking at a high-end Category 1.
Maybe.
I would say 80 mile an hour peak, to be honest.
I'd agree with Jesper.
I'd say between 80 and 90 at peak. Anywhere between there.
I'm going to sit in the fence with Jesper and say 80.
I don't think there is enough time for it to get to 90.
Just because of that drop zone recording that pressure.
But that is good news though, that it doesn't have enough time to intensify further.
You know, an explosive intensification anyway. So.
Jesus. That'd be the last thing you want to hear.
If you just let this thing sit out to sea for like 1 day more, this one could have been a Category 3 by now.
Yeah, we're pretty certain that it will not become a Category 2 before landfall. Here's funk top imagery.
What's funk top? Yeah, but the reason why I think if you put back the Dvorak, whatever.
There's a rainbow. Cloud tops are cooling in this system in the core, which is some sign of intensification there. though it's
Resolution.
been dwindling. It looked good at about 2:15 UTC, but now in the last few frames it's dwindled slightly.
That's the recent flare up there is the reason why I think 80 mile an hour winds, and also even more with the recent drop zone recording, 986 millibars.
You guys are watching Force 15 live. The time is now 10:45. And we'll be continuing coverage at least possibly until landfall for Hurricane Hermine. Now we'll just quickly going to go over and show you guys the wind shear maps.
Just hold this picture up here. This is of Hurricane Lester, and this is an absolute peach. Yes, it's not infrared, but good God. That eye, though.
It's almost annular, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna look into that if CMISS has any new microwave out, but I'm not seeing anything as of yet.
Probably. Just gonna check Archer. Hurricane
No,
Lester.
nothing
as of yet. Maybe this IR could help us here. No, not without those bloody circles in it. That'd help. Near IR, let's go. All that. IR sensor probably have the circles in it. Yep, can't do anything about it. Here's probably maybe not annular actually, because there you can see also spiral bands up to the north here, scattered about the storm. So it's not really annular. It was annular, I think yesterday.
Gaston had a when I did an update on Gaston, it had a very, very, very good looking eye.
Yeah,
Damn, that's
he was annular for sure. At the
just gonna hold it up. Just gonna hold up the picture of microwave imagery.
I want a Gaston. I want
there, right there. Come on, come on. If you think this is not annular, away and bury your head in the sand. This is annular.
Or even more if you go back to another place that I think they sort of declared it annular. Like say scroll down more. Let's see. I think
Up there and there.
Yeah, that one.
Well, this one here.
The 22. Let's see. So.
Yeah.
23 over 22, 22, 24 UTC.
So it goes up. See, I'd say it's from here and here.
If you click on the IR and the 23 UTC, you can see how.
So you can really see. Look at this. You can really see a massive difference from here to this one. That image starting to really gain annularity. Loses it a bit here. Gains it. Has that lost it? I'm trying to study it here.
That's not angular, that.
Nah, it's lost it there. It's fading it. It's annular there. By a mile. Annular. Well, it's actually not annular because it's got that tail. We're getting annular. Nearly there. Lost it a bit because there's still spiral bands. It's not annular yet there either. Looks annular than that. I mean, look at that. Look at these for an eye. That is a very well defined annular eye. This is definitely annular. Okay, it's got a little flick up to the north, but still annular. Loses it a bit. This is in weakening.
Yeah, it's a weakening stage as it's begun.
So annular's starting to appear. Really getting annular. Unknown. Annular. Completely annular. And then obviously clears off. But that's the best looking annular eye I've ever seen. But again, of course, it's extra tropical by now. So I'd say this is definitely annular. This one here is definitely annular. This one here isn't.
Screen sharing.
You're screen sharing it. Okay, I'll stop mine.
You don't need to stop it, it's just that my phone's.
Yeah, I'm right here. It's all good in here?
It's from sometime August 30th, and as it began.
Yeah.
And around here it was began annually, because in the beginning of the loop it had spiral bounce, of course, but the eye began expanding more and more. It has that, of course it spins, but that's because it's so intense, so it looks like it has spiral bounce, even though it doesn't, because nothing is out here in the outer bands. So
I think we're getting battered by a windstorm or an extratropical cyclone, because it's a really windy day out there. Blustery night ahead.
here's the reason, as you can see here to the south. Here you can see the yellow and red picking up to the. So
Yeah.
I can see it in miles an hour in that. See if
And
I
that's
hit
just
it.
enough wind shear just to really level it off, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. Speaking of wind shear, this storm is actually, the wind shear
Battled against it.
the wind shear has really not been in the blue, which is, as we see on Sim-ISS, we really need to be in the blue wind shear. But it's really been in the greens or yellow, but still has intensified this good. So
It's battled against the odds.
yeah.
2016. What is with you with these storms that won't die?
Just go quickly show you guys watching the wind shear maps. And here you see here the North Atlantic, and you see tropical. It's to be Hurricane Hermine now. Encountering approximately 20 to 30 knots of wind shear at the moment. Hurricane Gaston also in about the same environment, but heading towards an environment of possibly around about 50-60 knots. There's no. Here we go. There's some for the East Pacific, and you can see there Leicester and Madeline there. And they're both in low shear environments. Leicester's going to go north and go through that wind shear environment of around about 50-60 knots.
And then since that wind shear is moving towards him, that's going to be bad, because the wind shear moving towards the storm is going to kill it off pretty quickly.
Here's the West Pacific, and you can see Typhoon. I can't remember his name. Though where it's heading up towards Japan, and it's expected going into about 50 knots of wind shear, so it's another one that may kill the storm pretty quickly.
By the way, you can see that blue up there in the into Russia, and that's big blue area there, and that's due to Lion Rock, as it moved in, actually looped back the jet stream and tangled it up. So it's a giant hole there from the circulation of Lion Rock.
Here's the Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean pretty much a no-fly zone except for a little pocket in the Arabian Sea.
That's only because that's dry air. That's nothing going to form. And the reason for the high shear in the Indian Ocean is mainly due to the monsoon trough.
It's the Eastern Atlantic over the Mediterranean at the moment, high shear over the Mediterranean. So there's no chance for medicanes. And also high shear over the UK at the moment, which is also likely possibly to kill off some of Gaston as well. Western Atlantic. Western
Atlantic?
Not Atlantic, Australia, sorry. West Australia.
By the way, you're not showing your screen.
High. That is really high. What?
You're not showing your screen, by the way, Michael. Just so you know.
Oh. There's a really high wind shear there. And then Eastern Australia, high wind shear right down there, as you'd expect really for this time of year. This is the latest image from the South Pacific, which is from 900 GTC this morning. You can see the really high wind shear, as you'd expect again for this time of year. And there's the combined North Atlantic and East Pac. And you can see there Hermine, Hermine, Madeline, and Leicester. You're watching Force 15 live. The time is now 5 to 11. We're now going to go on to a short break, guys. Just while so we're like coming to a new hour, and then we can sort of recoup and just take a short break if we need to do anything. So yeah. So we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. But we'll see you guys after the break. You're watching Force 15 live. So, guys, and we're back. So we're back again after that break, and just bring up now screen share for you guys as well. I think just bring Jesper's volume back on. Jesper, can you? I can't hear you at the moment, Jesper. You seem to be muted.
Is it working now?
Oh, yep, we can hear you now.
Good. So there's the radar. And the eye, as you can see, is right over here. And looks like it has sort of a double eye wall to the north here. But I think the main one is within this region. And there is some more yellow and more darker green showing up in the south here, which signifies more strengthening. We'll see what the plane records once it heads in again, if it's going to do that. Of course, the latest pressure reading is 986 millibars. What's the latest one?
Just quickly saying as well is that the plan is now the stream will end at the height of the next hour at 00 BST 2300 UTC. We'll be ending the stream. If the storms are still quite threatening tomorrow morning, there may also be a live event. Are you up for that possibly, Jesper?
Oh yeah, sure.
Do you have to work tomorrow?
No, it depends on later on that day. So I can do it whenever, if it is later during the day, in the afternoon.
Okay, it'll be. I think the live event tomorrow will be about 8 UTC.
Mm-hmm. I can do it.
Maybe 9, but it depends on what time I wake up, because I'm absolutely smashed now.
Like Craig.
Craig has gone now, guys. If you're wondering where he's gone off to, it's quite late, and also he's probably pooped as well. It's tiring.
But you know, what are you gotta track the storms. It was late as well for when we was around for Cyclone Winston. I remember.
Well, I was also up very early this morning to do the live coverage of the annular solar eclipse this morning.
Yeah, that's true. So that's.
It wasn't actual real coverage. It was using the time and date simulations, because I couldn't find any live streams to show anyone, or that could get permission from people to show.
Yeah. Well, it was sort of the best way to do it anyway, without being there and filming it.
I want to go out to America next year to film the 2017 total solar eclipse.
Yeah, that's a thing I want to do as well.
Hey.
So I think, and that's when it's in August. So about a year from now.
It's August 21st.
Yeah, 2017. So yeah.
You're watching Force 15 live. The time is now 23:04.
Let's see if there is any more news on any advisory. Nope, nothing yet. And here's the visible, and there is of course some flaring up, and those are circulating around the eye wall. So even though there is some dry air coming into the circulation around over here, I think it shouldn't be too much. And I wonder if the landfall is going to be around the coast area right here, or if it's going to be more inland, but certainly getting close looking at the radar. Let's see if I can.
The shooting took place at the home of Joan Eckhouse, chief counsel for the New York Gay Rights Coalition. I'll have to defend me.
Here as well is Hurricane Lester that is heading towards the Hawaii Islands. Here's the big island of Hawaii, and as it's been going on for the past few hours.
Is that Leicester?
Yeah, that's Lester. Yeah.
Still got quite an annular look to it.
Yeah, I think it's looking miles better right now than it did before. In fact, let me take a look at ADT and see what that says.
It's quite compact though.
Yeah, but still was bigger than most other storms. It is currently a raw T 6.2 and I also adjusted 6.2. This is basically Dvorak, and the official Dvorak is, so according to Dvorak anyway from SimISS, is it's at 117 knots. So here it actually has gone up a bit in intensity according to ADT, which is as we can see here how in the beginning of the loop looks rather ragged and the eye was rather closed, but then it opened up again. So that might explain the work going up. But this will certainly be up to a major in the next advisory update.
Keep being interrupted. But hey,
Here's the radar again for Hermine.
you're watching Force 15 live. Time is now 7 minutes past 11. And Hermine's tropical storm force winds are now being felt on the Florida coast. So if you guys haven't evacuated already in areas being threatened and under hurricane or tropical storm warnings, if you guys have not evacuated yet, please do not leave your homes or any. Just stay somewhere safe and is not exposed. Stay in a small room, say like a bathroom or something quite small and compact, and that isn't doesn't have any exterior windows or doors, just in case of flying debris, because this storm can still possibly strike with winds in excess of 80 miles an hour, and I think they're also reporting gusts at the moment, comfortably into Category 2 strength. Gusts topping at the moment. We're just under Category 2 strength, wind gusts at 80 knots or 90 miles an hour. But if the storm intensifies slightly more, then it could possibly be looking at Category 2 wind gusts. Elsewhere, disturbance is formed as in the central Atlantic at the moment with a 10% chance of development in the next 48 hours. Over in the East Pacific, we also have a storm at a 60% chance of development in the next 48 hours, 80% in the next 5 days. And a possibility of, I think it's Newton now will be the next named storm in those area.
Yeah, I think so.
Just pull up. Here we go. Yeah, it's Newton. Naming list so at the moment. Though, just a quick what's the word? A quick comparison to last year and this year. By this time last year, we at the moment we are on par for possibly one of the most active seasons on record, where we're even actually at the moment ahead of 2015, which was almost a record-breaking year. It was a record-breaking year on the amount of major hurricanes and also on a number of tropical depressions. Also tied with 1990, 1992, and 2014 on 16 hurricanes. Looking back to 1992 as well, the M name storm of that year, and actually it's this That's freaky, actually.
What?
That is freaky.
What is
It's the same naming list.
for as
1992 and 2016 both have the same naming list.
and
That is freaky.
and they were
That is freaky.
that is comparable to in terms of storms as well, or
Well, by this time in 1992, Madeline had already been and gone. Same with Newton. Um, also, Hurricane Orlean would have been 1 day from forming.
okay.
So we're just slightly behind on 1992, because then Payne would form on the 11th. So we are starting to fall behind 1992. Still quite a way ahead of 2015. By this time in 2015, we were up to Kevin would have been active at this time. So would Hermine. If you guys can remember back as well to last year, when we had the simultaneous category 4s. And on the 30th of August. So a year and 2 days ago, when we had the simultaneous category 4s in the forms of Kilo, Ignacio, and Jimena. And also Linda, this time last year as well, Linda would have been 5 days away from forming. So we're still quite a way ahead, and looking likely that the N name storm will form within the next 5 days. So looking more and more likely there. The current total in the East Pacific currently stands at 15 tropical depressions, 14 name storms, 8 hurricanes, and 5 majors.
And just a little bit of talk in the beginning of the year as well. This year, that many believe that the Eastern Pacific would not be very much active, mainly because of the La Nina that's coming on, or the cooling of the Eastern Pacific in the equator. And yeah, we're seeing decreased activity because of that, but mostly the reason for the high activity in 2016 is due to the positive PDO still remaining, and that is causing warmer sea surface temperatures along the Eastern Pacific.
Yeah, it's not as extreme as the El Nino, but it's still enough that we're getting a fair few storms over in that direction.
Yes.
It's looking the 2 seasons, the 2016 Pacific Hurricane season and Atlantic Hurricane season, both looking relatively interesting. Because so far at the moment, we've had a couple of hurricanes, like Hurricanes Alex in January as well, which was quite a surprise. Also Earl, Gaston, the first major hurricane since Joaquin, and also Hermine. Also, if you guys didn't hear as well, is that Tropical Depression 8 has now dissipated.
Oh yeah, it did that today, and they never actually reached tropical storm force like NHC predicted, so no naming on that one. If it would be named Ian, I think.
Ian.
Right, yeah.
The naming list for the Atlantic, the names that we have left are Ian, Julia, Carl, Lisa, Matthew, Nicole, Otto, Paula, Richard, Sherry, Tobias, Virginia, and Walter.
Yep.
I'm hoping next year it gets to M. Not next year, actually. No, it's the year after. I'm hoping it gets to M because it'd be Michael.
Looking on
Last-
looking on radar now, the eye is opening up a lot. So
2012, Michael was robbed because had the title of Strongest Storm until Sandy came along.
oh,
So yeah, but hey ho. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash the thumbs up and subscribe. Just check any questions you guys might have. See Luke Nice there.
yeah, it seems like the eye is opening up a bit more. And, it's even here on the. Actually, look to that. You can see here on visible, it's clearing out as well. As you can see high cloud tops here and also here, wrapping around the center of the actual core here. So this storm is not going to weaken anytime soon. I don't think it's only until after it makes landfall. So the wind shear is not really affecting it right now.
Fair. Just quickly changing over the screen share. I'll put the satellite imagery back up.
Yep.
I'll catch up with you guys in a moment. I think we'll actually go on the short break now, guys. We'll catch up with you guys again at 23:20, about 3 minutes from now. So see you guys in a moment. We're just going to go on to a break.
There we go.
Hey guys, and you're watching Force 15 Live. And just one thing I got to tell you guys quick is that I will now be ending the stream. It'll probably be we'll give it a couple of minutes and we'll just reiterate the updates one last time. Hurricane Hermine, currently with winds of 75 miles per hour and a pressure of 988 millibars, located at 28.5 degrees north, 85.0 degrees west. Gaston, currently located at 38.3 degrees north, 37.5 degrees west, with winds of 80 miles per hour, and pressure of 984 millibars. Both Hermine and Gaston Category 1 hurricanes. Over in the Eastern Pacific, Invest 90E with an 80% chance of development over the next 5 days, 60% in the next 48 hours. Hurricane Lester with winds of 110 miles an hour, pressure of 968 millibars, location at 18.4 north, 144.8 west. And also Hurricane Madeline, currently located at 16.5 degrees north, 157.6 degrees west, with winds of 45 miles per hour and a pressure of 1,004 millibars. We also have the typhoon active out in the Western Pacific. The latest update from that is that we have it's currently with winds of 75 miles per hour, a pressure of 975 millibars, movement northeast at 10 miles an hour. Tom's current location at 28.5 north, 130.6 east. So 1800 UTC on the September the 1st. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. Much thanks to Jesper and Craig for joining me as well. You still here, Jesper?
Yep. Thank you very much for being a part of this stream, and finally.
Thanks. Big thanks to you and Craig as well for joining me on here as well.
Yeah.
You are appreciated.
Yeah.
So yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. Smash a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, Jesper, do you have a channel?
I do not actually know anything that's active anyway.
Do you not upload? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I could see if I could put I'll put a link to your channels anyway, see if people will subscribe. I'll see if I can find links for Jesper's and Craig's channels. And I'll put them in the description below, and you guys can check out their channels and smash the subscribe button. But I hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and thanks guys for watching. This is Force 15 signing off. And say bye as well, Jesper.
Yeah, bye everyone.